Good morning, students of standard 9. Welcome in day 8. Okay, in day 7 I have taught you about value, how to find the SI unit of gravitational constant and why it is called universal constant. Okay, today I am going to teach you about how to find the value of gravitational constant by experimentally. Okay, so kindly request to all of you, please sit with pen and notebook and see page number 129. Okay, all of you see page number 29 and see the topic determination of value of capital G experimentally. Okay, first of all let us see the apparatus here. This is called Cavendish apparatus because the value of gravitational constant G is determined by first Henry Cavendish. So this apparatus is named as honor of the Henry Cavendish. Okay, so let us see here. This is rigid support. Okay, this is rigid support and this is suspension wire. Okay, and here this is fine beam or light, just like other mirror. Okay, and this is the scale. This part is a scale and it is tied with string. Now this is the horizontal rod which is fixed with suspension wire. B is a horizontal rod. Two object M which mass is M, A and B. Okay, and another object A dash and B dash which also mass M. Okay, so let us see here. The value of capital G was measured experimentally by Sir Henry Cavendish in 1798. Okay, the value of capital G was measured experimentally by Sir Henry Cavendish in 1798. The Cavendish apparatus consists of two small gold spheres, each of mass M, A and B. That means this is gold sphere A and B. This is a small gold sphere which is naming as here A and B and which mass is M. Okay, fixed to the end of a horizontal rod. Okay, and both gold small spheres are tied together a horizontal rod. Okay, this rod is suspended by a fine metallic wire, and then after this horizontal rod is suspended by fine metallic wire. Two large spheres of gold, each of mass M, A dash and B dash, are placed near the smaller spheres. Okay, that means then after Kennedy took two gold ball again, and he put there object A, another gold sphere, and object B dash near about B, and A dash is near about A. Students, then after the attractive force between the smaller and the larger sphere causes rod to rotate and twist the wire suspension. That means when you will take a smaller a smaller object, and second is bigger ball. Okay, then the both objects are attracted by each other due to gravitational force. Okay, and when both objects attract to each other, then larger sphere causes the rod to rotate. Okay, then this rod is rotate due to the larger object and twist the wire suspension. Then after it makes twist in the wire suspension. Okay, the gravitational force is indicated by the angle of rotation of the horizontal rod. Okay, then after the value of gravitational force is measured or indicated by the angle of rotation of this rod. Okay, this horizontal rod moves in which direction, in which angle. Okay, this gives the value of gravitational force. Okay, the gravitational force is indicated by the angle of rotation of the horizontal rod. Okay, the angle of through which the suspended rod rotates is measured by the deflection, and this angle of deflection in the horizontal rod is measured by the deflection in the mirror. Okay, how it is deflected, how it is formed, how many angles. Okay, rotate is measured by the deflection of the light beam reflected from a mirror. This is mirror. Okay, attached to the suspension wire. This means that when this rod rotates, then twist in this suspension wire, then this mirror also bend, and the reflection should be possible in the mirror, and it is measured by in this scale. Then after, Henry Cavendish concluded that the value of capital G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square kg minus 2. So we can say that Henry Cavendish tried to find out the value of gravitational constant by experimentally by this apparatus, using this apparatus. Students, now see next topic. Students, see next topic is center of mass and center of gravity. It is too small topic. Okay, so try to understand about center of mass. The point in a body, that means suppose that this is the body, and you will decide a point on the body where its mass is assumed to be concentrated. That means you will assume that the entire mass is concentrated, and at this point, that means center of the point is called its center of mass. That means every body's mass is concentrated on its center. So this is called center of mass. Okay, the point in a body where its mass is assumed to be concentrated is called its center of mass. Now next topic is center of gravity. A point in any body at which the force of gravity of the whole of the body can be assumed to act is called its center of gravity. Center of gravity, that means the force of gravity which is act on the center of the mass of the body is called center of gravity. Students, now it's time for your homework. Write down homework. Students, this is your homework for day 8. Okay, today I have given only one question, and the question is define center of mass and center of gravity. I have discussed this topic in the last of this video. Okay, so it is too easy topic. I hope you will do it very well. Okay, so let us see question number 1. Define center of mass and center of gravity. Students, today's class is over. Thanks to all of you for watching me. Have a nice day.